Listen out for this sound. This will signal me changing to the next yoga move. It's so easy to let your internal dialogue become negative and dark and transpire into this whole prediction of a scary, horrible life or a horrible situation. It's so easy for things to spiral, thoughts to spiral, and them to become, full-blown narratives with a beginning, middle, and end. And that's something that I've been thinking about a lot and I've been working on a lot. I want to share some advice on things to do to kind of stop yourself from spiraling. And negative thoughts come, it's part of the human experience, so please do not punish yourself or get angry, but at the same time challenge yourself when you do feel those negative thoughts coming in. What can you do to stop that? You can distract yourself, but as soon as that distraction is gone, i.e. Netflix, friends, whatever, you might find that those negative thoughts come back because you've only really put your mind on a pause as opposed to cleared your mind or helped yourself see the other side, another perspective. So what is it going to take to get you to that place where you're no longer entertaining these negative thoughts and giving yourself examples in your head and visualizing how it could go wrong or whatever you're worrying about? I guess it varies depending on who you are. For me, this morning I actually got up and I was getting ready, cleaning my face. I find that such a great little ritual to kind of thank yourself and your body for functioning every day. It's so nice to kind of rub your hands on your skin, on your face delicately and splash water. Water is such a purifying thing. Getting in the shower, really feeling everything. Your body kind of tingles when you really think about what's happening. This water kind of trickling onto your skin. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. And I also had actually a YouTube video playing. And this woman, I will leave a link to her video down below in the description, but she just made me feel so good. And she was talking about comparison culture and how we're all so obsessed with looking at somebody else's life and thinking, my goodness, I want that. And you know what? I think we're all going to do that at times. I think it's within our human nature to be very observant of other humans. Maybe that's an instinctive thing for survival, but we're doing it to a whole other degree now, where I think it's actually quite a negative thing. We don't need to be looking at other humans in order to survive. We don't need to be so observant of others. We need to focus much more on ourselves and our goals and our aspirations and our own mental health. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, sometimes YouTube are just not great. When you are really, really picky with what you're consuming, which is easier to do on platforms, I think, like Facebook, but who uses Facebook these days? Instagram, I find that the little feed bit, the suggested bit, it's just filled with things I would never like. Just unrealistic body image pictures and meat, for example. I'm vegan, but it still comes up. So yeah, the Instagram algorithm is awful. TikTok's a bit better, but still things pop up and there's a lot of, on my feed anyway, a lot of people in the sun, meditating, traveling. And it's so easy to think, actually, that looks really beautiful and I want to be doing that. But then I also crave stability and I really want to hone in on some of my passions and my strengths and, make them into a job. And you'll see some people doing that, my productive day. So you see all these different people's opinions and lives and stories. And it's so easy to then get into this comparison hole. And that's exactly why I think social media is so detrimental in so many ways. It's beautiful, don't get me wrong. You can unfollow lots of people that, just don't fit your vibe, that don't enhance you and make you your best self. But I still think you're still going to stumble across things that you don't want to see. And you might not even know you don't want to see them, but your subconscious might store that little image, that bit of information, and then later on, it will affect how you view yourself and your life and your decisions. So what I'm basically trying to say is spend less time on social media. I know that's really not revolutionary at at all. But hopefully it's just giving you that push, reminding you of something you kind of already know and need to hear again. Maybe try deleting Instagram on your phone and only go on it on your laptop. I know that probably means, I don't know if this is just me, but I can't actually post anything on Instagram on my laptop, which is very annoying. Be very careful with social media, because I think it really does teach our subconscious a lot of nasty lessons that are really not going to be good for our self-esteem. Sometimes YouTube, for example, I find is quite a safe space, because I don't really go through and look at the kind of homepage and the suggested videos. I'm subscribed to people that make me feel good. I will leave in the description below the people I'm subscribed to, or some of them, because wow, they make me feel good. And this lady, God, what a tangent. This lady was basically saying, you need to realise that you can't solve everything in kind of like 24 hours. It's so common for people these days to want to solve everything on the day. And I think I'm someone who does that a bit too much, and I put so much pressure on myself, and then you get overwhelmed and you get anxious and you don't really do anything. And I think that's probably because we're seeing all this stuff on social media, all these people doing all these things, and there's so much that you can do. Here are 5 tips that will help your mental health. You know, all this stuff is being told to us, and we're receiving so much feedback and information and ideas and ways to improve our lives, but we get so overwhelmed we don't know where to focus. And I think it's very easy to jump from different plans and to not focus on one route out of whatever situation you're trying to escape. It links all back to social media again. I really do think it's so easy to be like, oh, my social media is great, I'm following these amazing people, and you don't really realise how much it's kind of conditioning you, and it's completely defining your sense of self. You are doing fine as you are. You are worthy of love, respect, and a peaceful life. And my last bit of advice to kind of sum it up, basically already said it anyway, is to just focus on one thing or 2 things and stop looking for multiple ways to get yourself out of certain situations. Don't overwhelm yourself with all the self-care tips in the world, because then you will be like a crazy headless chicken running around. Sorry, that's a really horrible picture. Focus on one thing and stay dedicated to it. Thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it, and I would love a like as well, but comments as well are my favourites. Please comment, and I really hope that this has made you feel better. I do really want my videos to be as open and honest and helpful as possible, because that's the kind of stuff I'm craving and needing at the moment as well. I think we're all going through it a little bit, especially if you're in your 20s, if you've kind of graduated from uni, or you're in the big, wide, scary world of work, and actually just not having any kind of educational system guiding you anymore. You're just out there. It's so easy to freak out and just get so overwhelmed, and I'm so happy to talk about that more if you would like that, so also let me know. But yeah, I'm gonna go because I'm talking way too much. Lots of love.